environment. This gym needs to be that positive environment. It cannot include derogatory cheers, chants, or behavior toward athletes, coaches, officials, or other spectators. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct relating to race, gender, age, color, national origin, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion will not be tolerated. Such conduct may subject the violator to removal from the event and result in penalties assessed against your school. Any spectator removed from this event may be banned from attending future interscholastic events. So let the players play, let the coaches coach, let the officials officiate. And go ahead and be loud and proud for your athletes and your school. But everyone, please stay positive. Thank you for your cooperation, and we hope you enjoy the contest. At this time, join us in honoring America. Please stand and remove your cap for our national anthem as performed by the South Salem Chamber Orchestra. Thank you. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineup. First of our guests, the Olympians, as announced by head coach Jordan Granado. Assistant coaches are A.J. Robinson, Casey Williams, Michael Vasquez, Toby Fleming, and Tyler Lewis. Number 3 is 6'3" senior guard Avery Lauren. Number 5 is 6'6" senior guard Anthony West. Number 10 is 6'4" senior guard Jared Stanley. Number 12 is 6'5" senior guard Bugatti Witherspoon. And number 21 is 6'3" senior guard Braxton Long. Captains for tonight's contest are Avery Lorman, Jacob Hoda, and Braxton Long. And now the starters for your South Salem Saxons, announced by head coach Kit Ione. Assistant coaches are Josh Van Loo, Kyle McNally, Tom McDuacor, and Bryson Rooney. Number 3, a 6'3" senior forward, Kevin Stern. Number 11, a 6'2" senior forward, Josh Feet. 5'10" sophomore guard, number 12, Brett Gill. 5'11" junior guard, number 14, Keegan Scott. And number 22, a 6'2" junior wing, Tico Westbrook. Saxon captains for tonight's contest are Keegan Scott and Tico Westbrook. officials for tonight's game are Mike Hillman, Zach Bowman, and Gregory Taylor from the Salem Basketball Officials Association.
It's going to be a good one. This is kind of the battle for bragging rights here in South Salem between Sprague and South Salem here. Best goes up and leaves it short. Witherspoon tied up there with Sem, it looked like. And these teams come in kind of going in different directions. Obviously, the Sprague Olympians sitting atop the conference, the Central Valley Conference, with an 8-1 record. Won 9 games in a row. Their only blemish, though, in their conference record is to this South Salem Saxons team. 11-point game earlier this year, and a quick bucket there by Kevin Sem, the 6'3" senior. And you're going to see South Salem pick up full court here and press. Almost stolen there and back, and you see Sprague kind of pull it out here a little bit, get their set. Kip Ione in his zone defense. And they're going to play up tempo. This could be a high-scoring affair tonight. Both teams can fill it up. Witherspoon misses their rebound, and one for Braxton Long. Braxton Long going to get a free throw here to try to get the old-fashioned three-point play. The South Salem Saxons sitting at 4-4, currently in 3rd place in the Central Valley Conference, and that 3rd place is a crucial spot. The top 3 teams in the conference make an automatic trip to the state tournament. After that, it kind of depends on the power rankings. So this is a big matchup tonight between these two South Salem foes, and it's going to be a good one. And there's Tegan Scott missing the 3. Last game we were at, he got his 1,000th point in a Saxon uniform. Obviously a standout baseball player, but a heck of a basketball player as well.
Yeah, and you see his court vision. You know, Tegan getting the first assist there to start the game for the Saxons. Saxons have got to rebound. I talked to Coach Kip Ione last night, and he talked about pushing the pace and rebounding, controlling the glass, how those were keys for them tonight.
Definitely going to be an up and down one here. First foul there on Stanley. Jared Stanley, one of the top athletes and players, not only in this conference, probably in the state. I feel like this Sprague team has 3 exceptionally talented players and a bunch of guys that know their role and have bought into their role. Obviously you have Braxton Long, Anthony Best, and Jared Stanley. Witherspoon, the quarterback, has done a great job in the games we've seen this year, John. And there's a block shot. Lohman, one of the best defenders, has done a great job so far defending the other team's best player. And here comes Saxons back in that zone, trying to slow down this high-powered Sprague offense. Long up top. Stanley could have got his 2nd foul there, but they're going to call a block on Tegan Scott. Scott's first foul, 2nd team foul on the Saxons. That could have been a 2nd one. It could have been an offensive foul and probably would have sent Stanley to the bench for a while with 2 quick ones instead. Scott picks up his first and gives Stanley a trip to the line. He leaves that one far short. See if they can get the lid off the basket. Obviously, Long got those 3, but Best missed a couple chippies right around the rim. Stanley missing a free one. Got that one to go. 4-2 Olympians here in the early going at South Salem High School. You're listening to Capital Community Media. I'm Brant Miner along with Coach John Willis. South Salem High School, long tradition of excellence here at South Salem. Multiple state championships in boys basketball. And there's Westbrook letting it go. Gets that one to go. Westbrook getting it going. And there's going to be a block and one on Tico. He was pretty set. Stanley went right up into him, and they're going to call a block, send Stanley to the line. Tonight it's Breast Cancer Awareness Night, so you see the Salem Saxon student section rocking the pink, the Saxon coaching staff all in the pink t-shirts, a lot of the fans here wearing pink tonight. Definitely a great cause, a great reason to be celebrating awareness, I guess, raising awareness about breast cancer. And you got the Sprague Olympian student section in the camouflage tonight. Cheerleaders for both sides. Stanley rattles that one in, gets it to go. 7-4 Olympians. 4:55 to play here. Good crowd. We got a doubleheader tonight, so we're gonna get to see both Sprague and the Saxons ladies play tonight. Scott leaves it short. Witherspoon ahead to Best. Best attacks, gets that one blocked by the sub into the game. Number 5, Braden Fleener, the 6'3" junior, just checking in, getting his first action of the game. In the game also is Benjamin Lickfield and number 21, Stanley for 3. Alex West checking into the game also for the Saxons. Sprague with their original 5. West to Scott up top. Scott, little hesitation, acceleration, floater, misses it. Best with the rebound to Stanley, and they're looking to run. Slowed down, up top to Best. Best attacks. Got a shooter in the corner, finds Lohman. Lohman catch, shoot. Misses at the rebound there to number 5, Fleener. The Saxons looking to continue pushing the pace. We saw an outburst from Tico, had 19 in the first half last game we called, John. Obviously can fill it up. There's Fleener with the miss. 10-4 here early at South Salem High School. Witherspoon inside out. That's a catch and release. Stanley can do that. Got to know where the shooters are in that zone.
Jeter playing that zone, man. You can't collapse on the ball when it goes to the high post. And if that foul's on number 10, that's going to be Stanley's second.
And Stanley's been shooting it and scoring. He's got, I believe, 9 or. Let's take a look at that. You can see Scott drawing the contact, getting to the foul line. We mentioned it before, but Tegan Scott, one of the best baseball players in the state. And a great basketball player too, already 1,000 points. Got that one to go, gonna get to the free throw line, try to see one go through at the charity stripe. And they're gonna pick up the pressure here with their subs in the game.
Coach Ione said that they want to get this game to be about 70 possessions. So they want to shoot 33 pointers tonight, and they need to make about 14.
If they make 14 threes, they have a chance. But that's a lot of 3-pointers for this team that hasn't shown much from outside yet. But Scott driving, great dish. Fleener leaves it short. Long with the rebound. Long pushes it up the floor.
Oh, good move.
Nice hesitation.
Oh, good pass.
Braxton Long is one of the best passers in the state.
Woo, woo.
I've seen a lot of high school basketball players, and he is one of the best high school passers that I have seen. Obviously the 3rd Long brother to go through Sprague High School. Had the opportunity to coach Emerson a little bit, older brother. But Braxton just did a great job with that little misdirection, and then dropped it off to Best for the easy 2. Moon checking into the game. That's number 15. That's Andrew.
That's right.
having a good conversation with Jordan Granado earlier today. Inside out, that's a good look. He said they need to get production from their role guys, but everybody has a role, but that's one that he wants to see those guys, and that's Moon's roles, getting steals to Best in transition, gets the lefty layup to go. 20-7. It's crucial time right here for the Saxons to try to calm down, move the ball, get a good possession, or turn it over.
Turn it over
not
again.
What I was saying. And Scott just got out of the way, which was probably a good move. Moon missed the easy one. And there's one of the 30, but that's not one of the 14, John.
It's not.
That was Gill with the missed three. And Moon with
And
another
turnover.
steal, just taking it away. Weatherspoon just coast to coast, misses it, gets the offensive rebounds Best. And they're going to call long, I believe, with the reach there on the rebound. But
It's a tough foul to pick up 90 feet.
Up and down. Yeah, you're right, John. That is a tough foul.
It's a tough foul to pick up 90 feet from the basket. You know, it seems like the Olies are working right to Coach Jordan's plan. He told me he wanted to limit turnovers and get out and run and not allow the Saxons to run. And that's essentially what they're doing, you know, speeding them up, getting them to turn the ball over, and cashing in on the other side.
Definitely the Moon coming in, getting 2 or 3 steals right there, just taking it away from the Saxons. And then offensive rebounds. I know Best probably already has 4 offensive rebounds, or 3 or 4 offensive rebounds. Long has got a couple. They're giving those second chance opportunities. And if you see against that zone, John, they're doing a good job getting the ball inside and then kicking it out to their shooters.
That's right.
And you saw Takati Witherspoon have that open look. And coming from the inside out, it's a lot easier to hit that shot. And Witherspoon showed Tico going right inside and Long. Long not wanting to pick up his second foul. Westbrook gets that one to go, trims the lead to 11. And they do a good job breaking the press. And there's a shooter, one of the better shooters for the Sprague Olympians. Leaves that one short. Westbrook out running in transition. A lot of contact. And Long didn't think he fouled, but he did make a big swing at the ball.
That's right.
And that's Long's second foul. Granado says it looks like he's going to let him play. Trusts his senior.
This is a crucial time for the Saxons because Stanley's sitting. And the Olies are going on this run. You know,
Stanley had those early buckets, but now he's on the bench with 2 fouls, and that's Long's second foul. So Saxons hang around a little bit, see if they can chip away at this deficit. It's a good way to do it at the charity stripe there. 20-11 now with under a minute. Not sure if high school teams really talk about a 2-for-1. This would have been a perfect opportunity to maybe get one up with about 45 seconds, but they're going to hold it here. So it looks like South Salem might get the last shot, but you never know in high school basketball.
Never know.
There is guys that shoot it with no shot clock and make tough shots.
Sprague going to the overload look.
Witherspoon no good. Big rebound there by Sim. Shot clock's turned off. Scott's going to go attacking and pick up his second foul. The offensive foul. I believe that was Schmidt that stood in there and took it.
Stood in there and took it, man.
And that's Scott's second foul, going to send him to the bench, and that's going to bring back into the game. You can see here Scott just gets going downhill, and that was number 2. Elijah Schmidt, the 5'7" sophomore shooter that stood in there and made a big play. There's a steal by number 11, Feek, who goes in, and they're going to call Witherspoon for the foul. And going to send Josh to the line to shoot 2. You can see he gets a nice steal there, just a little bit sloppy with the ball with Witherspoon. And again, kind of got him on the arm. Almost an and one, but he's going to get to shoot 2.
For all the young basketball players out there, as he misses the first free throw, he goes off of 2 feet there to make that layup attempt. Good body control, give it a chance. Got to get it off high off the glass.
0 for 2 at the line that time. 5 seconds. Let's see if they get a good look here. Kick to the shooter in the corner. Gets it off. Could have been a foul on a 3, but they didn't call anything. After 1 quarter of action, and I say action here at South Salem High School, the Sprague Olympians 20, the South Salem Saxons 11. Quite a few fouls there, a little bit choppy, but John, what was your assessment of that first quarter of action?
Well, I think if you're the South Salem Saxons, I think you have to adjust the zone. When the ball gets passed to the high post, you cannot collapse on the ball. If everybody turns their head and collapses and looks at the ball, then the kick out for 3 is wide open. I believe that the Olies made about 4 threes off of inside-out kickouts. If you're the Sprague Olies, I don't think you could ask for a better start as far as being able to get out and run in transition to make wide open threes. Now, foul trouble is going to be interesting because we have some key players who both picked up 2 fouls in that first quarter. So I'm going to see if they can adjust to the whistle.
Absolutely. That will be interesting. For the Saxons, their sensational junior Tegan Scott has 2. And for Sprague, 2 of their big 3 in not Best, but Stanley and Long both with 2. So they're going to start with Henry Mahoon, Andrew, Long, Stanley, and Schmidt. The Saxons are coming out, looks like a 1-3-1 with number 23 there. Samuel Johnson, the 6'4" sophomore, up at the top, using his length. The pinch down, you got the baseline, Tegan Scott contesting the shooter, and a jump ball, nothing extra. Like the hustle both ways. Alternating possession is going to give the ball to the Saxons.
Got to stop to start the quarter, so we'll see if they can convert.
Stop, bucket, stop. That's what you try to do coming out of that quarter. Enter into the high post there to Feek, number 11, trying to get Tico on the block. Sim with the set shot, misses. Mahoon gets the rebound, and a careless foul there by the sophomore Johnson.
On that last play, the Saxons were trying to post up Westbrook on Long, trying to get a quick post up right at the rim, maybe see if they can get a 3rd foul on him.
That was definitely the game plan, was go at Long with Tico and in the post. You could say they entered it to that elbow high post and then ran him right down to the post and tried to get him a touch. They are Long, and there shows that length there by Johnson. Johnson with a little pull up. Misses it. Tico with the rebound, powers up, might have got fouled, throws the little alley-oop. I don't know if they're going to give him an assist on that one, but they're going to give him a bucket.
That's right.
Samuel Johnson for 2 from Tico, maybe?
Good pass.
We'll say it was a pass, but here's Long with a little ball fake. They're doing a good job shifting the zone.
And that makes 3 stops in a row here for the Saxons. Call that a kill.
3 in a row. Good start to the quarter for the Saxons. Now let's see if they can convert here. Let's see what they go to. Trying to identify Scott up top against Moon. Stop and pop, pull up, missed it, rebound Moon. Long over to Stanley. Stanley in the block. Nice step through with the left. Tickles the twine. Let it go. Finger roll. 22-13.
It's a little chilly in here, Brent. It's like the Iceman.
George Gervin. Players do some research. Up and under. Tegan Scott. Loop-de-loop. Nice play there by Scott. Gets it to go. Trims the deficit to 7.
South Salem seems to be making a concerted effort. Oh, man. Well, you can't leave him.
Yeah. They're
going to be a delay of game.
Delay of game warning on Sprague.
Back into the game for South Salem.
Yeah, you definitely can't lose Stanley because he can get it going. He heats up quick. And he can shoot it from anywhere. He's good with both hands. He's a talent. He is a talent. Johnson, Scott attacks, wide open layup, missed the left. Best with the rebound to Long, and they're looking to go. Long misses the shot, but got hit going up and gonna get the 2 shots.
Braxton Long does a great job pushing in transition, getting back to his left hand, coach. Drawing the contact, giving it a chance.
Foul there was on Alex West. Long cannot convert at the line. Westbrook checking back into the game along with Brett Gill. Best also checking back into the game for Sprague. Long second attempt here. Gets that one to go, nothing but net. 11-point advantage for the Olies, and here comes Westbrook down the right side.
This is an interesting matchup, this Westbrook and Long matchup here.
Scott downhill is always a good thing. Under control, and that's going to be Long's 3rd foul. And Scott does a nice job under control, using his pace, using his balance. He can go from a full speed to a stop very well.
You know, he got on 2 feet. It felt like he was in the field at shortstop, getting 2 pats before firing that thing over to first base.
Is he a shortstop? He looks like a catcher. I don't know what position. I don't even know. I thought maybe a catcher, but maybe a middle infielder. I know he's headed to Oregon State, already committed and only a junior.
It's a great program down there.
3-time national champions.
Go Beavs.
Probably couldn't get into U of O. No, I'm joking. Nice shot there for Scott. Gets him to go. 16-26 here. They're going to talk it over, see what they come out with.
Well, the Saxons have made some adjustments here in the second quarter because they've already scored more points in the second quarter than they did in the first. So it's a great job.
Wait, who was that, John? They had 11 and a half, or 11 at the quarter. It's all right. Math, maybe not Coach Willis's strong suit. They've had 5 points this quarter. 11 in the first quarter.
They're on pace to have more points this quarter than they did in the first quarter.
I will grant you that, John, but I'm not going to let it slide if they've already scored more points this quarter than last. That would be an egregious error if I let that slide, John, but let's see. Coach Granado wanted to talk it over, calls timeout there.
Saxons have done a great job of attacking the rim this quarter. You know, it's the team that likes to shoot a lot of 3-pointers. They're actually doing a good job of getting to the paint.
Obviously, Scott getting downhill, and he comes to a controlled 2-foot stop and finding shooters. That's what we saw last time when we watched North Salem upset South Salem, was that he just found Tico in that first half, and Westbrook just shot the lights out in that game. Back to action here at South Salem High School. Sprague in the all black with the orange trim. The Saxons in the white with the baby blue. And that one is sent out by number 5, Fleener. He said no. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Over the top to Witherspoon. Nice find by Stanley. Nice catch. Convert the easy 2. Scott going downhill. Nice quick transition. Good look, just left it short. And here comes the Olies. Stanley over to Lohman on the wing.
Back to the
Lohman
2-3.
inside, the Witherspoon inside out. Just missed it, but look, Westbrook went with it, sold it. Gonna call the offensive foul on Anthony Best. That's his first foul, second team foul of the quarter. West taking a break with Sem checking back into the game. The whole Sprague's bench is yelling out the elevator. Slight elevator with a slip there. Sem was looking for it on the slip.
Well scouted.
Scott barking out orders.
It's 2 hands.
Westbrook on the right wing, backing it out. Under 10 on the shot clock. Glances up, knows the time. Attacks with the left. Tough pull up, missed it. Shot clock violation, but they don't call the shot clock. They let him get out and run in transition. Schmidt with the easy 2. Westbrook with the baseball pass to Scott. Scott goes off 2, gets fouled. Witherspoon, we saw him get a technical foul last game he played. And that one, the ref definitely looked at him like, if you hover over him for another second, I'm gonna give you one. And luckily Witherspoon walked away and didn't pick up a technical, but Scott's gonna get to the foul line. That was Witherspoon's second.
The non-shot clock violation call, and the ball didn't hit the rim, that was
They might have had possession right before the shot clock went off, maybe, but still, usually they would stop it, take it out, but that was an easy transition bucket. But Westbrook got the ball out, rifled it up like his teammate Scott, and Scott got it going downhill. Did a good job going off 2 feet, got the contact, made 1 of 2 at the line. Schmidt, the Olympians, according to coach, best shooter and only a sophomore, gets that to go, stretches it to a 16-point advantage for the Sprague-Olies. Trying to find a shooter, and that was not it. Fleener misses that one. Stanley with a little hesitation, drops it off just a little too hot. A little too hot to handle there from Stanley to Best. This Sprague Olympians team's ranked 7th currently in the state. And I was talking to Coach Granado earlier and said that it's really important to try to stay in that top 8, because as the top 8, you get to host 2 home playoff games potentially. If you're 9, you play 1 at home, and then you're gonna have to go on road to the 8 seed. So there is an advantage definitely to being in the top 8. With tonight, if Sprague's able to hold on and win this game, they will share at worst, or they will clinch at worst a share of the conference championship for back-to-back years. Stanley turns it over. Scott ahead to Westbrook. That was a goaltend. And they were going to pass on it. The referee underneath didn't see it, but they're going to count the basket with a basket interference, which I think was the right call.
I think it was the right call also, but it just shows the athleticism of Best.
Best and Stanley, 2 of the best athletes in the state. And those 3, it'd be, with the teams I've seen, it'd be criminal if those 3 weren't first team All Central Valley Conference. And they're gonna have Lohman get to the foul line going up, 5, hit him, not there on the arm, but might have got him on the hand. It's a tough call, but they're gonna give him 2 shots at the line with a 14-point advantage. Lohman misses the first. Feek checking back into the game for Fleener. Misses them both. Feek with the rebound to Westbrook. Westbrook looking to run. Matched up with Stanley here. They trap that ball screen. Get the deflection. Gill gets inside and gets it to go.
Move.
Did he try to stare down?
Yeah, he stared him down.
Okay, let's see what you can do, young man. See if you can back it up. 5'10", sophomore. See what he can do. I like the little chip. See if he can back it up. Best goes right inside for the easy 2. 35-21, under 2 minutes remaining here. Capital Community Media. Let's see, Brett Gill inside to Westbrook. Westbrook with the quick rip through and gets that to go right up against Stanley. Back to 12. He's kind of pulled the press back a little bit. Looks like they're more in a...
Man-to-man.
And there's a little bit of contact, no foul. Westbrook looking to get out and run. He drops it off there. Inside out, Scott for 3. Misses it. Good hustle there by Feek, but Stanley gets to go. Little flow game from the elbow. Lohman misses the putback. And that could be the second. That shot, Stanley made it. That's going to be Best's second now, and that's going to be a shooting violation. They're going to get to go shoot 2. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Let's take a look at that. You can see Lohman and Best kind of fought for that one, and then Gill got the rebound.
Well, it's interesting that the official from behind made that call, and there's an official right in front of it who maybe had a better angle. First free.
Both of them had a better angle than we did, but we did get the advantage of the replay.
Right.
So
shout out to our guys in the truck.
They're doing a great job out there. All the volunteers helping make this happen. It is a special thing, Capital Community Media doing this. These players will have these games for their entire lives, and that's a nice pass. Nice pass to Lohman from Witherspoon. We'll say it was a pass and might have got a little wind or a little breeze from behind. Scott attacks, goes up off 2 and gets it to go. Shot clock's turned off, 30 seconds here. 11-point advantage for the Olies. Let's see what they try to do here with under 20 seconds now. Looks like they're gonna have patience. Good decision here by Stanley. Gonna go for 1 shot, not let the Saxons have the ball back. And they had a foul to give, so they're gonna give it. So no harm there, except for that does give. At least they gave it to Gill and not to Scott. That would have been a mistake by Scott. Even though they had 1 to give, he's got 2, which means he does not have 1 to give.
He does not.
Stanley over to Lohman. Lohman coming back to the shooter, and they're gonna shoot 3. Big mistake there by the sophomore Gill. It's gonna send Schmidt to the foul line where he's gonna get to see 3 shots.
Great atmosphere here tonight. Schmidt at the line. First one's up and it's good.
See Kyle McNally there, the assistant for the Saxons for Kip Ione. First 2 good for Schmidt. Schmidt for his 3rd gets all 3 to go. And they're gonna sub in defensive substitution. Let's see if they're able to get a shot. Neither team's got fouls to give. 5 seconds to go. Westbrook pulls, misses it. And that's the first half of action. Put up 40 points, John. 40 for the Olympians, 26 for the Saxons. Halftime here at South Salem, and the battle for the South Salem pride, for the bragging rights, for definitely South Salem got them the first time. Sprague's only defeat, only blemish in conference play came to this Saxons team earlier this year. But John, give us a little analysis of that first half of action.
Well, I think if you're the Olies, you know, I think you were able to get whatever you wanted that first half. You know, they did a good job playing inside out versus the zone. Got a couple good threes. The team was able to keep the game going, and in fact, they were able to keep it going while Stanley got into some foul trouble, had to sit there for a bit early. So I think that was good for the Olies. As far as the Saxons, you know, they put up 11 in the first and 15 in the second. So they're fixing some things in the second quarter. I think they did a good job of turning them over, getting a chance to get out and run a little bit more. But you got to find a way to get Scott going. You know, he's been able to get downhill a little bit. Would like to see him make a couple of threes and see them kind of space it out, see if they can cut this lead going into the third quarter.
Well, we're here at South Salem High School, and I'm not tired yet. We got 3 more halves of basketball, 1 more on the boys' side, and then we got the Sprague South Salem girls matchup. But we'll be right back after this timeout. And we're back. It is halftime here at South Salem High School with the Sprague Olympians 40 and the South Salem Saxons 26. Coach Willis, good action here in the first half. What do you think we'll see in the second half? What do you think adjustments were made by Kip? What do you think we'll see similar or different here in the second half?
I think that the Saxons may try to see if they can get out and run a little bit more. I thought they had most success in the 1-3-1. Thought they had more success in the 1-3-1 than they did in the 2-3 or in the man-to-man. Maybe some half-court trapping, right? Sprague was able to get out and run a bit, you know, when South Salem extended the pressure. So I would probably like to see some half-court trap, maybe trap out of the 1-3-1, maybe trap out of the 2-3 for the South Salem Saxons. If I'm the Olies, I think foul trouble is going to be key right here. I think you got to keep your big 3. I think they all have multiple fouls. So you got to keep them on the floor as much as possible. And this game might come down to free throw shooting because both teams, because of the way that they play, they will foul quite a bit. So it's going to be interesting for sure. It's a 14-point lead right now, but that's not a lot with the way that South Salem likes to play. Here we come. South Salem starts out in the 2-3 zone. Witherspoon round the horn.
Same way they started the first half for both teams. Blocked there. Best should have finished that one, missed it. And here comes Scott downhill. Drops it off, but gets stolen by Lohman. Lohman over to Stanley.
Back the other way into 2-3 again. I know that a lot of coaches are not fans of zone defense. One interesting thing about zone defense is it cuts people's playbook in half. As we get Best with the finish there. Playing through,
trying to get draw another foul on Best. They didn't call it that time. That's one that he should have used his left hand. Finished out on the left side with the left hand, but had to come back in. Might have got deflected, didn't call it. A little too hot to handle there from Stanley to Best. But South Salem, we mentioned, they won a state title in '96, led by Mike McShane and Thalo Green, a couple legends here at South Salem. And they got another one in 2004 led by a young man named Jeremiah Dominguez. Who ended up going to the state national tournament for the Portland State Vikings. There's Westbrook getting a 2. Dominguez did 2 years at University of Portland, where I was his teammate. And then he ended up going to Portland State, where he had a great career and ended up with 2 trips to the national tournament. Scott with the wide open breakaway layup, cuts it to 12.
You know, in the first half, Scott missed 2 of those layups. That close, you know, this game could be even closer.
Best goes to the left. Nice left hand there for Anthony Best. Kisses it off the glass and gets it to go. Gill on the left wing looking for Scott. Westbrook fouled by Long. That's a tough one for Braxton Long. Been a little bit of a frustrating night for Long. That's going to be Long's 4th personal early here. He's checking out of the game and already sat down. Shouldn't have subbed out yet. Sprague only has 4. There, he's back on the court. But Westbrook to get to the line to shoot 2. Leaves the first one short. Moon replaces Long.
Mark that down. We're at the 5:46 mark when Braxton Long picked up that 4th foul here in the 3rd quarter. We'll see how it ends up playing out. Westbrook
missed them both.
You know, in the first half, the Saxons running this 2-2-1 defense. So if you're a young basketball player or any level basketball player, if you're on the opposite side of the 2-2-1 on the second row, you got to field to the middle. Take away that pass. They did it that time. The long pass over the top. That's the pass that Westbrook has to steal. The Olies cash in with a layup.
Got to be able to anticipate that one. Nice pass by Moon. Dumped it off. Scott. And we're going to call an and one. Best standing under the basket. Score the goal.
It's a little too deep.
Slid in late, and they're going to give the and one. And that's going to be Best's 3rd foul.
Down here at the scorer's table. If you'd like to buy 50-50 tickets, now's the time.
Scott at the line trying to convert the 3-point play. Gets it to go. And they're going to pick up again. This time it looks like a little bit of a man-to-man press. I don't think they want Weatherspoon handling the ball against Scott. And he looks like, what? That's an obvious one. Don't make one mistake into 2, young man. You turn it over, that's a clear mistake, and then you foul him, that's another mistake. Don't compound your mistakes. After you turn it over, all 3 officials were just watching, waiting and waiting for him to see if he fouls. And he swung down, and maybe he didn't even hit him. But all eyes were on you, and they're going to call that a foul 95% of the time, especially after a turnover like that. Everyone's watching you.
And Scott misses a free throw.
And you know Witherspoon's thinking, ball don't lie, but it's an inanimate object. You can't tell lies. Here we go. Scott coming up with his second attempt at the line. Leaves that one short too. Moon doing what he does, snagging the rebound and dishing it off. And there's an open breakaway. That was a miscommunication. I hope that's not how they practice that press.
Saxons just are not getting matched up in transition.
And Best outrunning up to Moon. Moon misses it. Blocked probably there by number 5, Fleener.
His 3rd block of the night. Oh, good
nice
pass.
Dump off. Scott gets the reverse layup to go. Tegan Scott had 9 in the first half.
Saxons go man-to-man.
Loose ball, good hustle.
Oh, you gotta love the effort. You gotta love the effort.
Good hustle by Kevin Sem. Gets the energy going, the whole crowd giving him applause for his effort. And now they're picking up full court. And that was a late one, but they did call a foul there. Stanley's going to get to the foul line where he's going to shoot 2. Sem's second personal.
You know, it feels like this momentum of this game has shifted in the favor of the Saxons, but the score is still very much so the same. It was a 14-point game at half and still a 13-point lead. Stanley misses the first free throw.
And I know you mentioned it might come down to foul shooting, and got to convert at the line. That is one spot, especially Anthony Best can improve, but all of these guys can improve there at the line. Gets the second one to go, stretches it back to the 14-point advantage that it was at the half. Scott chased down by Lohman on the right wing, looking to operate. A little spin cycle, hesitation, good patience, probes, and gets it to go, just keeps going inside.
Saxons pick up full court man.
12 points, and that's going to be Sem's third foul, I believe. Scott came down hard. Hopefully he didn't hurt that wrist. Looked like he might have landed on his wrist. Slow to get up, but is getting up. Doesn't look like it's hurt too bad. It's good to see him bounce up. That gives Sem a chance to take a break, and Samuel Johnson checking back into the game. Samuel Johnson's come on late this year. Started out swinging. Now he's getting good varsity minutes here in crosstown.
Looks like the Saxons are going back to the 1-3-1.
Elliot Carmichael Combs checking into the game for West. It's a 1-3-1, absolutely. We'll see, they're gonna run a baseline runner, trying to overload, getting the ball inside the Best, inside out to Stanley. So out of bounds to the Olies.
The wing guys for the Saxons in the 1-3-1, they have to get out wider and get in the passing lane.
Got to be a little more active. You're right. They are kind of stagnant in there, just kind of packing it in. Getting active would help. Saxons are going to call a timeout, talk it over. This South Salem school also had a good run when they had Connor Phone and Seth Erickson and Colin Hune. All three of those guys went on to play college basketball. Khalid Thomas was around here.
Jaden Nilsson Skinner.
Skinny. They've had a good run of players come through here. I had the privilege of coaching Connor Phone and Seth Erickson. Two great young men. Now men. I was at Seth Erickson's wedding, who was a Saxon here. Connor Phone went off and played football at Carroll College, but was a heck of a basketball player. At the state tournament, he went bananas. He shot like 63% from three on the tournament and helped the Saxons bring home a trophy that year. And Skinner, I believe, still playing up at St. Martin's.
Still is in his last year.
Seems like he's been around for an awfully long time, that young man.
That's right.
And we're back here at South Salem. Live action. Skip out there. Lohman saves at the Moon. Moon gets inside, misses it. And they're going to have a block-out foul there on Elliot Carmichael Cone for just holding Best, trying to keep him off the glass. Got to use your body and move them back. Can't use your hands to wrap around and grab them. But probably a good foul, just better than giving up a bucket. And that's going to be...
It's going to send Best to the free throw line.
Fleener with the foul, but that is the 5th team foul for the Saxons. Still 3 minutes and 39 seconds here remaining in the quarter, and that's going to send Best. Let's see if Best can quiet me a little bit after I was talking about his poor free throw shooting. Not yet, Anthony Best. Let's see if you can get this one to go. Struggled at the line most of the year, but does a lot of other things very well. Obviously an exceptional athlete. Gets that one to go. 1 of 2 at the line for Best. Stretches the lead to 13 here with 3:35 remaining in the third quarter. Scott on the right wing to Westbrook in the corner. Westbrook with a little hesitation, gets it ripped by Moon. Moon's in transition, gives it to Lohman, but a great hustle. But he's out of bounds, and that's gonna slow down the Sprague Olies, but they're gonna maintain possession. But another nice steal. Moon just active.
Active, man.
They hadn't played since their freshman year, so I'm sure it was a great day when Jordan found out that they were going to come out senior year. Spin cycle, tough to know what to call there. Scott coming up limping. That's not what you want to see. Superstar limping. Let's see if we can take another look at that. Here comes Best. Goes hard right, spins back. Scott kind of flopped there, but there's definitely a lot of contact. Might have been a travel, but they didn't call it. Best gonna get to the free throw line where he's gonna see two. Saw his last one go through the net. See if he can get another one to go. Sprinkles that one in. 2 for 3 now at the line. Schmidt checking into the game for Witherspoon, your quarterback. Gets them both to go. 3 for 4 at the line for Best tonight. And here comes Westbrook across the timeline. They switch there. Westbrook hard with the left. Nice kick out to your shooter.
And they got one.
Bingo. Dial it up. Sam Johnson gets it to go and cuts it back down to a 12-point advantage. Best up top. Stanley on the right wing. They're going to call a kick ball there, give it back to the Olympians. It's good to see Scott's moving better.
Ready to check back in.
They're going to reset the shot clock. Scott comes back in, replacing Fleener. Moon just rips that one down. Loma with the ball fake. Shake him off, shake him off, shake him. Got it to go. Bingo. Dial it up from deep. 15-point advantage now. Westbrook, a lot of contact by Moon. Kicks it over to Scott. Scott attacks. Nice jump stop. That's a violation. Got to have your feet set. Got to get deep and step into it. He was stepping backwards and just got the happy feet and traveled and turned it over and sending it back to Sprague. Got to be deeper when you catch it. Got to be stepping in. Get your momentum going to the hoop.
Going to the basket.
See Loman.
Saxons go back to the 1-3-1.
Inside the Moon, inside, outside, nice shot fake, and they're gonna call it travel. I didn't see that. Did you see him jump? I didn't see him travel, but.
I did not. Again, the Saxons have to stop collapsing on post entry.
I don't know, might have got, I don't know. But they called it, so we're gonna call it a travel and give it back to the Saxons.
You know, we did have the benefit of replay.
Kicks it out to the right wing. Feet back. They're gonna call a foul on Moon. Still have one to give. Let's see, out of bounds underneath for the Saxons. Little lob right at the front of the rim. Another foul, that's gonna send him to the free throw line, I believe, and that's gonna be on Loman. Second personal, 15 foul, and that means a double bonus situation. I guess only a bonus. There's no more one-on-one bonus opportunities here in Oregon. Throws it right up to the front of the rim. I don't know, might have got a hand in there.
Maybe that
kind
left
of a loose ball, but Tico at the line, gets the first one to go. Sim back into the game for Ben Litchfield.
And just
the two of us, where are you going with that?
And just when you thought it was daylight, there's another Moon coming back in.
Moon is out tonight. Misses the second one, 14-point advantage. We played this third quarter even. Stanley looking to break down Scott. Best up top against them. Over to Stanley, and they trap him. There's that half-court trap you were talking about. Little skip pass, tough up. And he got it to go. Nice shot, young man. That was a tough pass. And we got a delay. Technical foul. I didn't see it, John. I don't know what happened.
Well,
here,
they got a warning for the
delay a game
earlier.
So they're talking it over. Lohman's listening to the conversation. Kip has his 4 guys in a huddle with Scott getting ready to shoot the free throw. Let's see if we can take a look. Stanley with the nice little pass. Lohman with a nice catch. He gets it up in the air. And they called a foul on Moon, a common foul, and then a technical foul, it sounds like. So would that be 4 free throws in high school?
Be 4
if you get a common foul and the technical foul and
the ball.
So that could be a costly mistake. They do have a 17-point advantage, but we'll see how many free throws the Saxons get to shoot here.
Should be 4.
Unless they called out an offensive foul.
Well, it was after the shot was
after,
made.
so it wouldn't have been an offensive foul. Scott gets the first to go. Scott gets the second to rattle out.
So those were the technicals. So now we should be shooting for the.
So they don't get the ball back then. They go to point of interruption, or no, he's going to shoot and get the ball.
Well, even on point of interruption, it would have been the Saxons' ball because they just made
They had the ball, yeah.
Correct.
But
Just
they
made
wouldn't be shooting a live free throw, would they?
No, they should be. I thought they'd be. Oh, probably not because it's just going to be the ball back.
Because they're going to get the ball back.
So there's not a live free throw.
There's not a live free throw.
So you were right with the 4 free throws.
4 free throws and the ball.
And the ball.
We're going to have.
So if you're watching at home, there's nobody on the lane lined up because it's not a live ball free throw because the Saxons are awarded the ball after the technical foul.
They will get the ball back. So 2 for 4 at the line. Could have been more damaging to the Sprague Olympians, but still a costly mistake. I think that gives him, because a technical counts as a personal, so he picked up 2 fouls right there, and he's been playing extremely well.
Right.
Very impressed by Andrew Moon tonight.
Oh, good move.
Scott inside looking to operate, little hook. And they're going to call a foul on, they're going to call Best with the foul. That's a tough one on Anthony Best, and that's his 4th. Now Long and Best both with 4. Let's take a look at that again. Let's see, he's got a little hook, maybe dips the knee out there.
That's that right leg, that right hip.
Kicks it out there a little bit.
Hip.
But he did kind of do a little hook.
Definitely was a hook.
But that's Best's 4th foul. Now you got Long and
hook
Best
always
with 4.
gets you.
The hook does get you. The hook is a pain right there. I've heard that one. Second one here now for Scott. Gets that one to go, converts both. Cuts it to a 13-point advantage. And they're going to throw it out of bounds, stay with Sprague. Nice sign of sportsmanship. Give each other a high five. Nothing hurt there. Inside to Lohman. Lohman on the block, dribbles it out to the corner. Under a minute to play here in the third period. And I don't know why, what are you doing? Elliot Carmichael Cone with the obvious foul, not doing anything, and it's going to send Jared Stanley to the free throw line where he's going to get to shoot 2 free throws. I don't know. I mean, that's, you can see, he gets it out there. He's holding him still there, and he's pushing on him.
It's only 15 on the shot clock, so, I mean, it's not.
And he's just reaching in there. It's just a silly foul. Stanley going to get to shoot 2 free throws at the line. Gets the first to go, and this will work out for a 2-for-1 situation advantage for the Sprague Olympians also. Stops the clock, so the Sprague will get the ball back this half, or this period. Misses a second, rebound by Carmichael Cone, and looking to attack, kicks it off to Scott. Scott looking to go against Moon, step back jumper, misses it. It's gonna stay off Schmidt, staying with the Saxons. I saw it differently, but I didn't have as good of an angle, but.
We do have the benefit of replay.
Oh, we could see that one, a little lob to the front of the rim, pulled down by Fleener, and that's gonna be another foul on Moon. That's gotta be 4, right? Because he's got those 2. 4th personal there. Now he's got 4.
Picked up 2 on one trip.
Long, Best, and Moon now with 4.
I'm interested to know what the Saxons are shooting from the free throw line tonight.
Might be able to check that out between quarters. You could run down and take a look at the book, but that gets that first one to go. Fleener does. Moon checks out of the game. Back into the game is Lohman. Misses a second one. Stanley with the big rebound. Good hustle. Dribbles it out of bounds. We're going to give it to Sprague. Good hands by Scott. Couldn't quite snag it from Stanley. Shot clock should be turned off, but it's not. There's less time on the game clock than there is the shot clock, barely. Witherspoon, left wing, dribbles it out. Stanley's wanting the ball. There's no ball in Jared Stanley. You got Carmichael Cone just straight not wanting Stanley to get the ball, but Stanley gets it. Give him a little cushion. I don't know why you would flop like that. Stanley pulls up, misses it. Scott with a good hustle. No foul, out of bounds to Sprague. Let's see what Sprague has here that they can operate with 2 seconds. Scott coming out of the game, being replaced by Litchfield.
Smart, so he doesn't pick up a cheap foul here.
Let's see what they try to do. I would try to do some type of lob to the rim, obviously. You got 2 seconds, so it's not just a catch, but
it is.
Now you got 1.5 on the clock.
I would go with the old Brad Stevens Boston Celtics weak play out of 1-4 low set right here.
They're gonna set a screen for Stanley, I bet. They're gonna set a screen for Stanley, I bet. He's gonna go right to the front of the rim. And he got it to go.
That is good. Good execution of the set piece.
Wow, and that's 3/4 here at South Salem High School. After 3, the Sprague Olympians 61, the South Salem Saxons 46. Sprague's been averaging about 20 points per quarter. They had 20, 40, now 61. So let's take a look at this last play. You can see that little screen. Stanley gets it in, gets it off with the left hand from Lohman. Says, let's go, let's go. 3 good quarters of action, 15-point deficit now for the Saxons. Got to start with stops and getting good looks. Stops and good looks. That's what it's going to take to chip away to get back into this game. Sprague has won 8 league games, and none of them have been by single figures. So they've won 8 league games by double figures, with their only loss being, like we've mentioned, to this South Salem team early. So they are 8-1 in conference play, 17-4 overall. South Salem 4-4, 10-10 overall. 10. 10 and 10.
10 and 10.
Coming back.
You know, it's got to make your free throws. You know, both teams, young players out there, make sure you're spending time shooting free throws. One key to making free throws is just lining up consistently in the same spot. Get to that nail hole, good balance, release it high.
Same routine every time. South Salem's ball here. Scott attacks, comes to a controlled stop, back to Scott. Scott's gonna let it go, short. Stanley with the rebound, and Westbrook's gonna knock down Lohman. And they're gonna call Westbrook for the foul. Westbrook's got that new clean haircut. Looks like he just got lined up.
Yep.
Fresh cut.
Fresh cut.
Stanley trapped, back to Witherspoon, over to Moon, Moon to Moon. Good patience, out to Witherspoon. They want a Stanley hesitation. Moon shot fake. I don't know, you probably don't need to close out that hard on Moon.
Highest level of defense, guys, is personnel recognition.
Like we've mentioned, the Moon brothers do a lot.
They do a lot.
But a knockdown outside threat is probably, I'd rather let them take that than let Stanley do pretty much, I mean, most things.
Whatever he wants to do.
Because Stanley's going to have the ball in his hands, and he is there's a nice lob up to the front of the rim, and he gets that left hand to go.
Should have been and one.
Should have been an and one, but he got the important part. He got the 2 to stretch the lead to 17. Westbrook breaking it down, drops it off the. Wow, nice body control by Sem, not to pick up the foul, but the transition defense. Good hands by Westbrook, and they're all running back. And they almost got beat with some horrible transition defense, South did, but they're looking to pick up the pressure and trap. Witherspoon. Witherspoon gets that one to go, and Sprague's coming right back. Got a lot of steps in there, and they call it a travel.
You know, the thing I like the most about Stanley's game, Coach, is that I've never seen him sped up. He's just always playing at his pace, always in control.
Block, stays with it, gets the second one to go. Westbrook hits the floor hard. Sem looking to drive, goes up on Moon, gets it to go. And he says he's too small. That's kind of a bold strategy when you're down 17, young man. Stanley, right wing to the corner to Moon. Moon back to Stanley. Stanley doing what Stanley does. Got it knocked loose on the ground. Foul. Brett Gill's 4th personal. Westbrook checking out, being replaced by Carmichael Cone. 6-foot senior. Tasked with trying to guard Stanley. Witherspoon blocked there by Sem, but he gets the follow, gets the bucket to go to push it back to 19, and here comes Scott. Scott, the little hesitation, spin cycle, kicks it out, draws 2. Bad help side by Witherspoon, but got the rebound. Is Gill almost turned it over, got it back, lets that one go, was not open, but another good rebound. Getting second chance opportunities.
South Salem's doing a good job of getting to the glass right now, so.
And they're gonna call a foul there on Witherspoon. I didn't see that. Witherspoon's 4th. Now you get to see South Salem's going to call timeout, talk it over, but we will get to see a little more Braxton Long tonight. I'm glad about that. And Anthony Best checking back into the game. We are on Capital Community Media. I'm Brant Miner, along with my good friend, Coach Jonathan Willis. We're here tonight at South Salem High School, Central Valley Conference action. Sprague Olympians looking to secure, at worst, a share of the conference championship with a win tonight. It is a 5-team conference. They do have the tiebreaker over the second place team, so they would still win the league, but 5 teams, they play each team 3 times in conference play.
That's got to be tough. Playing somebody 3 times, it's hard enough to beat somebody 1 time or twice. It's a great atmosphere tonight. You know, the Saxons have done a really good job. All these students are out here in their camo.
Scott attacks, Long, careful not to go back to the bench. Tegan Scott doing what he does. Long drops it off, doing what he does. Getting a dime, saying, hey, I'm not going to play long, I'm going to play hard, I'm going to play well, and get some assists. Braxton Long with a no-look. Scott from deep water misses it, but Stanley was leaking out, and Scott gets the rebound. Inside, good patience. Michael Cohn gets that one to go. Nice play there, nice rebound. Braxton Long looking to bring it up for Sprague. Long to Best. Best to the left wing for Lohman. Back up top to Long. Long surveys the zone. Coach barking out orders. Moon dumps it inside to Stanley. Stanley with a little turnaround. High percentage shot for Jared Stanley. Scott, right back at you. Say, I can do that too. But then the transition defense catches them sleeping.
Struggling to get matched up.
Gotta slow him down in transition. You get a nice attack, takes you out of position, but somebody's got to be back to at least slow him down there.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, it's interesting, you know, as a coach, when you're working transition deep, when you're working defense, you know, or pressure defense, it's almost like you have to simulate going from offense to defense, right? Being able to score and then match out to somebody. You know, too many times tonight, the Saxons have just not matched up in transition. As we take a look back,
you can see Lohman does a good job sticking with it, gets the second one to go. And then you can see here's Long just checking back into the game. A big swipe by Scott, no call. Looked at Lohman, passed to Moon for the easy 2. Then here you can see just going inside to Stanley. Stanley with a nice just turnaround, tickles the twine, gets it to go. 19-point advantage for the Sprague Olympians. Saxons are running out of time. After that bucket, Coach Granado called timeout. See what they come out here in. Gonna give his starters a little more time because they haven't played much tonight.
Yeah,
well, at least Best and Long have seen most of their time on the bench with the foul trouble.
Yep. But you know, tonight for the oldies, it was the other guys.
Other guys did step up, but Stanley did a lot of Jared Stanley things. Brett Gill misses, Lohman with the rebound. Stanley brings it up. Let's see what they call. They're working on their zone sets. Little overload here, same play again, the screen inside. Flyby. Off, Scott doesn't get it. Best with the rebound, kicks out to Stanley. Stanley looks to attack, little hesitation, gets it up, and gets fouled.
I think I know why Stanley got called for the travel earlier on the kick out. He kind of goes like 1-2, kind of pitter-patter, you know, when he catches the ball. So to take that 1-2, he may have changed pivot feet there a little earlier. Oldies up by 20. 3:45 left in the fourth quarter. Jared Stanley at the line. It's up, and it's good. Lead back to 21 now. Coach Kip calls out the play.
Inside, Westbrook with the easy 2.
Westbrook.
Might be too little too late with that bucket, but these teams are going to keep competing. There's not going to be any quit. They're going to keep fighting all the way to the end. Good hands. Best gets the and one to go. Score the goal. Westbrook gets his 4th foul. And Best getting back to the line again. Now, Coach Ione wants to talk it over, see what he's going to draw up here or what he wants to discuss. But you can see Long gets it knocked out of his hands. Best corrals it, step through, back to the left hand for the and one.
Good heads up play. Then just being there playing off of 2 feet. You know, just being there playing off of 2 feet in the post, inside the paint, I'm sorry. It's a great job. If you're Coach Ione right now, you're drawing up something that you can work on to continue to build for the rest of the season. You mentioned earlier, if you're Coach Ione right now, you're drawing up something that you can use to build on the rest of the season. With them being in 3rd place currently in the standings, they're going to have a shot at a playoff run here. They still have stuff to play for. So the question is, what can you do in these next 3 minutes that can help catapult and build off of for the remaining of the year?
Absolutely. They're still trying to get better. There's, you know, talking to Kip, there's no quit in his team. It was interesting hearing him talk a little bit about the differences between high school and college. He said obviously scouting's a little different because you're harder to get film on your opponents without synergy.
Correct.
Just more difficult, more parent involvement at the high school level, smaller court. But he said he tried to kind of recreate some of his college systems, and it didn't work, so he had to make adjustments. He had to change what he was doing, but there's still kids care, kids work hard, and he's thankful to be back coaching ball. Westbrook kicks it out. Gill back to Westbrook, gets that one to go.
Westbrook.
Looks like Kip's waving the white flag, gonna bring in the bench. So they were gonna bring Witherspoon back into the game, but they're gonna pull him back and say, we got our job done, go ahead and rest. Nice pass. And another E-Uno and one for Best. And another assist. Another assist for Long. And Sprague starts chanting the South is the little brother. Good shot fake, good patience. Just if you're gonna foul him, foul him. Don't let the guy get the and one. And here comes the Sprague bench. Sprague's trying to check 5 in and only gonna take out 4, so we'll see who stays. One player's gotta stay. They currently do have 2, 4, I guess we're gonna have number 23. Line change here, so we'll try to get you a rundown of these names. So we have checking in for Sprague, the big fella, the sophomore, number 1, Lane Isham, 6'7" sophomore. You have number 24, Tayshawn Juarez, 5'10" sophomore. You have number 4, Jacob Hoda, a senior. And you have number 0, Caden Cunningham for South.
And we had 23, Blake Almero.
Way to give Blake a shout. My bad, Blake. There's number 13, flips it up for the Saxons. That's Gabriel, just a freshman. Gonna see that kid a lot down the road here. Guarding the ball is number 23, Samuel Johnson, who we've seen a little bit of tonight. Ryan Collier up on the ball.
We got Domingo Hidalgo Guerrera out for the Saxons. And lastly,
not in our score sheet, but looks like number 24 is also in the game. Leatu misses that. Hidalgo Guerrero gets the rebound. Miss, but
hey,
follow.
There we go.
The no-named assassin gets the big offensive putback bucket. We do apologize. He's not on our roster here. Maybe we'll hear him announce who the foul's on. Couldn't hear that, so we're gonna say that foul was on number 24 for the Saxons. At the line is number 24, Tayshawn, 5'10" sophomore.
Juarez.
Back rim.
You know, Coach Ione told me it was a race to 80 tonight.
Sprague got there first and probably gonna be the only one to get there. 83-62, it's all over but the shouting here at South Salem.
Guerrero
misses it, but the good offensive rebound. And these kids are playing hard. They have something to prove. The Sprague, nice take there by the freshman. Leatu got that one to go.
Future's bright. Love how they're competing.
These kids, they're not going to sit down. They know that this is kind of a chance for them to see how hard they can play. Slight differentiation. Let's see what they would decide to do if they take a shot clock violation or if they shoot something up there. I'm not sure. It looks like they're going to take a shot clock violation.
If you're holding it and take a shot clock violation, you get the turnover, correct?
You do get the turnover, so that would have been a turnover, but it's always fun because you never do that when you're losing. I've never seen a team do that when they're losing, so. And that's the ball game, folks. The final score of tonight's basketball game, the Sprague Olympians 83, the home team, the South Salem Saxons 64. What a great night of basketball. We got one more coming at you. John, what was your takeaway from the game tonight?
I think it was a great game tonight. I think the Sprague Olies were able to get out and establish tempo and establish their dominance in the game tonight. I think they controlled from the opening tip until the last horn. So that was a very good job by Coach Jordan Lewis Granado and his staff. Shout out to Toby on the Sprague staff. Used to former catch and shoot player, Coach Willis, back in the day when he was in the 5th grade. As far as the Saxons go, I thought they did a good job mixing up their defensive coverages. I would have liked to see them maybe trap a little bit, pressure the ball a little bit more in the half court. Thought sometimes they got overextended, and Sprague was able to get out, get some easy runs, get some transition layups. Also, the zone work for the Saxons. The zone was a good change. It was a good curveball, good changeup. But I thought they just did a little too much collapsing on the ball when the ball got inside to the post or to the foul line, and that allowed the Olies to kick out and get wide open three-point looks. You know, those inside-out threes are some of the best ones you can take. So I think both teams have stuff to build on, moving forward as they finish the season and look to get into the playoffs.
I definitely agree with that, and I think knowing who you're helping off of in that zone too. I mean, we mentioned it, no discredit to Moon, but if I'm gonna take my chances with Moon taking a 3 or Stanley, I'm probably gonna have Moon taking them. And I think South Salem didn't do a great job of recognizing who they were helping down in the paint off of.
Right.
And those kick out threes like you were mentioning, John, just a much easier shot than if it's coming around the horn. But That was a great night of basketball. Great atmosphere here at South Salem. Definitely going to get one more good one here with the girls game coming up. So on behalf of Capital Community Media, we appreciate you watching. This is an awesome thing for these student athletes to have the opportunity to have their games televised. We appreciate all of you watching. On behalf of John Willis, I'm Brant Miner, and we will see you next time. Have a good night.